at the Poynter Institute, where they teach writing, they have a phrase. They say, "Fix the writer, not the copy." And that means, as an editor, if you have a person who keeps turning in bad stories, it's just easier for you to edit them and rewrite them. But really, you should address the writer. And I want to use this analogy to car safety, because it seems to me that we're talking a lot with these technological solutions of fixing the copy, the accident, making driver, and not fixing the driver. What can be done to make people do things they already know they should do? What's the role of government in that? What's the role of the industry, of the automobile industry in that?
Yeah, I think that's a great question, and it's a very good point. I mean, I think everybody acknowledges, from David Strickland to everyone, that the first person who is responsible for not driving distracted is the driver. The job of the driver is to drive. And, we have these great apps on phones, for instance, like you mentioned, that, over a certain miles per hour, they shut down or they send out a message when it comes into contact with your car's Bluetooth. My husband and I do that, so, if I'm texting him and the message comes back automatically, I know not to disturb him. And they're very effective, but I think that that's kind of the first place where you start. So I would say driver education is the first place. We have this great campaign, It Can Wait, from Verizon and AT&T and other wireless providers. We're also a member of that. Education hopefully has been socializing people, especially young people, to the issue that it's really just not worth texting and driving. And then, of course, we have enforcement. We have laws across the states. I think that it helps to have a deterrent out there. It helps people to know that there is a standard. But then I think that the 30 is engineering. I mean, we're living in a great time when we no longer have the shackles that were associated with mechanical technologies. I mean, if you think about the seatbelt and the airbag, one of the reasons why they were so difficult to implement for regulators is because it takes, 3, 4, 5, 6 years to get something through a development pipeline. And if you're an auto manufacturer, you're looking at taking on a cost at a big risk because you don't know if a consumer really wants it or not. We have a really different landscape now. Digital technologies can be changed almost in an instant over the air. You can take out something from an OBD port and put it back in, in a very short period of time. There's a whole lot of adaptability with the new technologies that also make them more attractive to consumers. And so consumers really want this stuff. It's fun, it's cool, and they want to be able to experience this new technology, especially young people. And so I think it's great for safety regulators to be able to kind of ride this rising tide and be able to take advantage of all this innovation.